We're doing things a little different. I'm actually going to pull a card and make some tea real quick. So what I'm sipping on already is a blend of ashwagandha, astragalus, and ginger. And so I got this one. Oh, it's got a little bit of sprinkle of like nutmeg and cinnamon. But this is really my nourishing blend. This is one that I customize. So I do customized blends, just so y'all know. So if you go to the website, you're not going to see it. But I'm moving. I'm exhausted. My body needs to be replenished. Astragalus is a restorative. It's a protectant. It helps to rebuild the immune system. All those things. And when I get tired and stressed and I'm doing all these things and I'm moving, my immune system gets weaker and then I get sick. So what I'm trying to do is to pour back into my body so that I can sustain myself. So that's what's going on there. And ashwagandha is like horse type energy. We like to kind of liken it to the horse. This willpower energy to like move forward, to move freely too, but to move forward. And so again, it helps to rebuild the muscles. It helps to, you don't want to use it if you're having thyroid issues. And then for astragalus, you don't want to use it if you already have an infection present. So if the infection is present, astragalus isn't the herb you want to use, or the root, because it's going to go deeper into the body. You don't want infections to go deeper into the body. So yeah, those are the main two ingredients, but this is a restorative. This is a drink to nourish my body and restore my energy and allow me to get through this last push into this new season, into this new life. So that's what I'm drinking right now. So I had dreams all night, not all night, but I had dreams about like messengers. A lot of birds in the dream. I'm always looking at animal symbolism in my dream. I had hawks and doves and messages. And so I think the dreams always inform the next day or the next few days or however you like to see it. And so I'm going to ask today for us, as we pull a card for our day, what is this dream trying to inform us of? Like, what is coming? Like, what is coming for us? Because birds are messengers, and doves can be seen as prophetic. And so what is to be? And we can say what is to be for our day today. That's what I'm going to ask. What is to be for our day today? Like, what is the message that we need for our day today? I already tried to go live this morning. I had to start over. I had to delete that one and start over. Because it just didn't work out for me. So let's see what we got. What is to be for our day today? What is the message? I think I saw this at the bottom of the deck when I was just shuffling. So we got the Fool. We got the Fool. And I immediately think that when you get the Fool, that it is asking you to kind of go through the day with curiosity, to go through the day with wonder and question. And I think it became reversed because every time I read reversal cards, it's more of like a resistance. And so how do you move through the natural resistance you're having? How do you move through the natural resistance that you're having? And hold on. So how do you move through the natural resistance that you're having and go through the day with still that curiosity, still that desire to know, still that desire to experience kind of freely, just like what will happen today? So with a curiosity question, I'm coming back to the curiosity, the playfulness. This is also dandelion. And so there's also a piece of truth that comes with that. Dandelion is a liver herb. We like to associate it with the truth. And so when I think about that, a lot of the times you'll pull dandelion as a diuretic, a release. And the flowers, anytime you're working with flowers, there's this playful energy. There's this abundance, this emotional support, all these things. And so with this one, and you've got these rocks going in every direction. And you know, it keeps me going. It keeps taking me back to this conversation I've been having with myself, is how can I be not just one thing, but how can I be all the things that I want to be? And so whenever you're working with the Fool, I feel like it's like whatever you want can happen, like has the potential to happen today. Um, the starts of any of the I guess different parts of the tarot deck, the ones usually, it's like the potential of the whole suit. The suit, that's the word I was looking for. It's the potential of the whole suit. And so when I see the Fool, which is a major arcana card, it's kind of like the potential of everything. Like the potential, this is the potential that starts everything, that kicks everything off. And how do you move through your day with a sense of curiosity and wonder? How do you move through your day with the thought that anything is possible, everything is possible? And so it reminds me of this conversation I've been having with myself recently, that my ancestors left me a legacy of limitlessness, of being limitless. And even though I hadn't accepted it, again, the resistance, even though I haven't accepted it fully, it's realizing that I am limitless. Like I can do whatever it is that I choose to do. I can do what feels good for me. That's an abundant legacy to be left, to be able to have a choice on which direction you want to take. So let's dive further into this to see if we are aligning with the actual message that is coming through. It also has a butterfly on it, which is always symbolizing transformation, rebirth. Yep. And so look, our card to kind of what's the word, clarify this, is the Spirit Weaver. Spirit Weaver is about pulling together all of these, I like to say, the favorite pieces of yourself, the favorite pieces of what you want to do, combining them into a forward movement, into a whole new life, like taking the best parts of everything and weaving them together to create whatever it is that you desire. And so today feels like it can be potent with energy of, if you just go through the day with curiosity, there are some things that will naturally start to weave together for you. And so the Fool is not asking you to work hard to make it happen. It's not asking you to, it's really not even asking you to get out of your comfort zone. It's asking you to kind of just connect to curiosity. That's the word I keep thinking about, is what are you curious about? What are you curious about? And how can that curiosity lead you to weaving together the things that you desire, the best parts of yourself, the best parts of this journey. Let me see. I don't want to use this glass. I want to use a glass so y'all can see the tea that I'm making. All right, let's use this glass. All right. So yeah, moving through the day with curiosity. You know, I think of this as bringing together all pieces of yourself. And we may not know how it's going to come together, what it's going to feel like, what it's going to do. But it's still necessary. Like, it's still important. It's still potent. You may not, you know, have everybody in a space that you want to have. Like, you may not be sitting in front of the people that you want to sit into, but like, who are you sitting in front of? Who are you experiencing? You may not exactly be where you want to be in the places that you have to go today. You may have to go somewhere where you really don't care to be there. But what can happen in that space? Like, what is the potential of being there anyway? What is the potential of just curiously just kind of, all right, well, I got to be here. So like, let's figure out a way to just utilize this to create what it is that I want. Because I think that's what it keeps coming back to, is that we've got to start asking for what we want, and not just like what seems feasible, but what our soul desires. And I think about like, what does it look like for, like, imagine having a conversation with God and being like, this is God asking you, well, what do you want? And you're like, well, what's possible for me to have? And like, you're talking to God, you're talking to the creator of all, creator, creatress, and you're asking them what's possible. They're asking you what you want, and you ask what's possible. And for them, it's like, I mean, you're talking, do you know who you're talking to? Like, everything is possible. And so I think when I think about the Fool, and then I think about this spirit we require together, it's like when you stop resisting this idea, because you remember we had it in resistance, when you stop resisting this idea that everything is not possible. So everything is possible. Everything is possible. And it just requires you to get in a free frame of mind, a curious frame of mind to see what is all available to you. Because all of these things that are available to you are really helping you to create, to weave together what it is that you desire, the life that you desire. Because a lot of us are in need right now. In some form, we're in need. So I'm making a latte. I was supposed to be telling y'all about it while I was talking. I used a creamer. I like using the silk almond milk creamers. And then I mixed together one of my blends, Ganny Spice, and then another blend that I like from another tea shop called Java Shea. And so that's why it's so dark, because it's supposed to be like a coffee replacement. And so I kind of use both of them as a coffee replacement. And this is my way when I can't drink coffee, because some days I'm just too anxious to drink coffee, or I got too much going on and I don't need to feel antsy. So if I'm already anxious, I'm not gonna drink no coffee, but I'll get one of these drinks and make them into a latte, and that's always really fun. And you don't have to add any sugar, but that's what I want today. So moving through the day with a curious soul, a curious spirit, a curious heart, because that curiosity is going to help you to weave this together, to bring all of this together. So I'm gonna do one more card pull for like a message that somebody just specifically needed to hear. So if that's gonna be for you, you'll know it. This was our general, like, collective message for the day. But I'm gonna do one more. My dogs are outside making a bunch of noise. Where is... All right. So one more pull for just something that somebody may have wanted to know, needed to know, care to know. I'm supposed to be gone. All right, so this is so funny because this card came out in my first time I tried to go live, but I had to delete that one and start over because it started messing up. And this was the card that we had got earlier, and it was about the rose. So this is the Empress. This is number 3, the Empress. The rose, this feminine, this mothering energy, this care, this moving into your divine, I like to say divine purpose, like your most aligned version of yourself, your most powerful version of yourself comes from centering the heart, comes from following a path that allows your heart to be present, to be vulnerable, to be seen, to be shared. And, you know, I think about this live in general, and sometimes it's uncomfortable to go live. Like, sometimes it's just uncomfortable. Sometimes you're like, okay, well, I'm talking to myself, so why am I even live? But if I combine that other message of curiosity, and I combine this heart-centered medicine, this heart-centered existence, this is flow. Like, this is divine flow. This is, when I think about the Empress, she is able to create whatever she wants. She is able to step into whatever she desires. She is able to be in a space of receptivity. Like, she can receive her heart's desires. She can receive her new heart's desires. She can receive things that we would never dream of. You know what I mean? And so again, when I was talking about what is possible, imagine having a conversation with God and God asking you what you wanted and you saying, well, what's possible? Like, what can I have? That's not Empress energy. Empress energy is knowing that you can have whatever it is that you desire. It's knowing that there is potent medicine within you that can heal everything. Like, that can heal. Is that a, I don't know what bird that is. That has the power to do things that everyone is not able to do. It is the power to not only to step into your anointing or your divine gifts, but to be protected in that space, to be surrounded in that space, to be supported in that space, it is needs fulfilled. You know what I mean? And so when I think about the Empress, I think about the ability to be limitless, to be able to create, because when you're creating from the heart, there is no limitation in that. Like it's so abundant that it just keeps pouring out. So you have your compassion, your love, all of those things. And what does it look like to kind of dream or create or to bring together the pieces of yourself directly from this energy? And so today, for sure, if you are somebody who is looking for, almost looking for something to give them a, like, to propel you forward, to give you a little bit of push, it's saying like that pushes you, that pushes within you, that's in that heart space. So one of the things I learned with when you're working with Rose or you're working with the heart or compassion is to wake up in the morning and ask yourself, what is it that my heart wants? What is it that my heart needs? And then let the day provide that for you. And so if you do anything today, take a break, take a pause, and ask yourself what it is that my heart desires. And then, I like to let the day prove it to me. If I'm working with spirit, if I'm working with God, and I'm like, you keep saying that you want to bring me the desires of my heart. You keep saying, like, what is it that you want? You keep trying to tell me these things, and I'm a little resistant, but you keep trying to do that, say that. So, like, I need some proof. I need some proof because I'm having a hard time believing it. And so this is positioning yourself to receive. This is positioning yourself to know that what is within you will connect you to that ability to kind of maneuver and create what it is that you desire, to receive what it is that you desire, because you could have created it and there could be a dot, a connection missing. You could have created it, but a connection missing to realize, fully realize what has been done, what has been created, like what has just been established. And so this is the ability to receive. And so I had a lot of dreams last night with birds in it. Birds are messengers. And so sometimes your receiving is just receiving the message of clarity that connects the two pieces together. And so if that is what you need today, then it's on you to ask for it. And so, but this is an expecting energy. Like, if I am asking for something, I am expecting to receive it. So that's what I would say for this card, is having a posture of expectance. I'm going to do one oracle card to go with that. Now I'm just pushing back my day because I'm like, no, I wanted to go live this morning. I wanted to do something. So the last message to go with that, you got 2 cards, and you have prophetic dreams and balance. Balance. So this is asking what's happening in your dream space that is telling you, that's sharing a message with you. Again, I was talking about the messengers in the dream. So there's something in your dream space. So whether you need to work with herbs like lavender or damiana or cinnamon or mugwort to help you to kind of move through some of those dreams, this is in your dream space. And there's balance that's happening. The ego, the emotions, the ego, the fire, the sun and the moon. Oh, this gives me liminal space. I know it says balance, but it makes me actually think about the liminal space, the space in between, which is your dreams. That's what it makes me think of. I don't know why, but it's making me think of the liminal space. Oh, there was something I thought of the other day about the liminal space. Oh, I know what it was. You know when you come home and you sit in your car and you just sit there for a minute because you're like, I'm done with the thing I was just doing, the place I just went. Now I'm home. Home requires another version of myself or another piece of me to show up in the space. Home requires, that space in between being out in the world or running your errands or being at work, and then the space in between going inside, whether you got family, kids, dogs, whatever, but there's something waiting on you in the home space. And so you're in the driveway or you're outside your house and you're just sitting there for a minute. I do it all the time. And I was sitting there and I was like, man, like this is a liminal space, the space of in between where I don't really belong to anybody or anything. And I just exist. And there's medicine that the liminal space has for you. And for me, I thought about like what it meant to just exist without being needed or called on in a certain space and how I can incorporate that into my day more often. Um, because it is a space where I get to receive. It is a space, I think about meditation. It's a space where I get to receive. It is a space where I get to get some clarity. It is a space where I get to disconnect and decompress. And so there's something special about having a space that is designed just for you. And when I think about the Empress card, that's who that is. Like, this is her space. This is her kingdom. This is her home. It belongs to her, you know? And so she's taken care of. And so there's something about, and I can't fully connect the dots for you, but there's something about this liminal space that you need to be present with. There's medicine in that liminal space that you need to be present with, that you need to allow yourself to receive what's within that space. And so that could be your dreams. That could be your dreams. That could be sitting in the driveway, pausing before you go to your next activity or the next thing that is requiring something of you. And to me, it just gave me a frame of mind of I need to slow down. Like, I need to slow down and be present with the moment instead of rushing from one thing to the other thing, to the other thing, to the other thing. Because even that energy says that I don't believe that I can receive what I need. And Jada K's story was actually just talking about this on her live the other day, of like this energy of overworking, of overdoing, and what that says. And for me in this moment, I'm thinking about that says that I can't receive the things. Like, the thing that I'm waiting on won't happen. The thing that I'm supposed to be believing in, it won't happen. And so shifting out of that, pausing for a minute, finding balance in the day, finding balance in the moment, resting with intention is asking you also to slow down. All of these cards tell you to slow down. They tell you to take a minute to pause and see what's possible. Whether this is something you create from your hands or something that you receive, this is definitely a deeply receptive energy. And when we create, we are receiving. We're receiving downloads for that creation. We're receiving energy to be able to create. And so part of that requires you to slow down and see what's available for you in the liminal space. So that's what I had today. I'm going to sip my tea. Hopefully make you a cup of tea today to kind of bring you back into your body before you start the day. In that liminal space, a cup of tea is going to be beautiful. Imagine what will come to you if you use tea as a tool for your liminal space. So that's what I got for y'all today. I hope y'all have a beautiful day, and I will talk to y'all soon.